Boxing fans, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Welcome to SBM Boxing Live. Make sure to like, comment on the video. Subscribe. Let's speak boxing. There's so much to talk about, man. I like the fact that we're being busy. Besides the holidays, happy holidays to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. This is the best time of the year, man. You know, you're with your friends, family, reconnect, rekindle, regenerate, take some time off, and just get back to the positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? Close to the end of the years. A lot of shit going on. And I'm glad that I'm seeing back-to-back every single week. I'm seeing back-to-back fights, which boxing's heading in positive direction. But let's go ahead and speak boxing. What are we going to speak about? Teofimo Lopez weighed in 135. George Kambosos 134.4 pounds. Both fighters, they look good. They look ready. You know, there's been a lot of back and forth leading up to this fight. A lot of bad blood from both sides. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, as far as the weigh-in, Teo actually flexed. You know what I'm saying? He weighed in, leaving his joggers on. He left his joggers on, his pants on, and stuff like that on the scale, and he still weighed in at 135. That just goes, he's fight ready. He stays ready. And he's been very vocal leading up to this fight. And you guys know, if you look at Teofimo Lopez, he's no joke. You know what I'm saying? He takes it serious. He's trying to bring the positive vibes back to the traditional way of boxing, not so much flashing and flamboyant. He's all about the smoke, but it's easier said than done because his actions hasn't been speaking loud like his words, you know what I'm saying? But he's, Tyson podcasts, all the interviews that he's been doing. He's against all the hype. He's against all the flashy. He wants the best of the best to fight one another. So I guess this is a step in the right direction. We finally get this guy back in the ring, but when it came to the weigh-in itself, both fighters did look ready. The stare down was intense, but it seems a little bit staged. You know what I'm saying? Eddie had to break it up after 32 minutes of the actual. It wasn't actually 32 minutes, but they were locked in for a long time. I actually went to pour a drink, grabbed some clothes out the dryer, came back, and they were still locked in. No, man. But Eddie jumped in. He said enough. And it's just the same, same going back and forth between both camps. Hostility, bad blood. Like I said, they're out for vengeance, they're out the blood, and they're out to prove one another wrong. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump into my prediction, man. I'm gonna keep this short, you know what I'm saying, as far as this fight, because obviously this is not the fight that I want to see, but I'm glad to see, to see Teofimo back in the ring. But Teofimo, 16-0, 12 KOs. But like I said, he's finally back in the ring to defend his WBA, WBO. He got the IBF lightweight title. So he pretty much has all the straps besides the Haney. Haney got this last strap, but he's going to take on Kambosos Jr., which is 19-0. He's undefeated as well, 10 KOs. It's going to happen tonight here in Madison Square Garden. Now, you've seen George the Boxing Genius. He gave his fight prediction, but I at least wanted to dive in. I was like, man, you know what? Let me get in the swing of things and stuff like that. I came back from the house from Orlando, Kissimmee, came back to down south in Miami, and I was just like, all right, let me just jump in before I watch this fight. Before I put it on, let me get my prediction. And let me speak my mind, speak my piece. But, all right, long story short, look, boxing fans, including myself, we've been waiting to see Teofimo back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting since last November. Last October, when he beat the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Love him or hate him, he beat Loma. He beat Loma unanimous decision, taking all the straps, the current straps that he has right now. And everyone, putting him on the top pedestal. Like I said, Haney has the last strap, but still, he is the man to beat. So everyone has eyes on him. They're waiting for his next matchup. Everyone's calling him out. They want to fight him. But Loma's in a good position. But at the end of the day, he hasn't really fought anybody since Teo's in a good position, but he hasn't fought anybody since Loma. You know what I'm saying? He did pull the upset over Loma. It was a close fight. I had Lopez winning the first half of the fight, but at the end of the day, he was the more active fighter. Loma kicked it up the second half of the fight, But it is what it is. He ended up coming out with the decision, United's decision. But at the end of the day, was it decisive? Was it a decisive victory? I don't think so. So I was hoping to see that rematch. I was hoping to see that rematch. Hoping to see that rematch. But Teofimo he's been clearly stated that he has no interest in doing so and giving Loma that rematch. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, fast forward till now, he's fighting Kambosos. He's 28 years old. He's from Sydney, Australia. Heavy underdog coming into this fight. He's a tough fighter. I know he does have an undefeated record. But that O is gonna go. I'm sorry, that O is gonna go. His last two fights, he fought Mickey Bay. This was in December 2 years ago, 2019. And then last October, he fought Lee Shelby. And both of them, both victories were close. It could have went either way. It were split decisions. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Both Selby and Bay have, they're not even close to the caliber of fighter Loma. Loma or Lopez or Teofimo. And I'm talking about all categories. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Teofimo's speed, you look at his power, you look at his defense, you look at his boxing IQ, he's shown it. He's shown it with Loma. The boxing IQ, that skill level's on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And there's levels to it. And I know it's cliche to say, but it's the truth, man. Skills pay the bills. And I understand that Kambosos has the heart, he has the grit, he has the eye of the tiger. But at the end of the day, dude, we're gonna leave that shit to the Rocky movies, man. Because love him or hate him, or even hate his dad, or hate his shit talk, call it cocky, call it confidence, say whatever you want to say. Lopez, at the end of the day, dude, he has the skills, man. He has the skills. The dude can fight. You know what I'm saying? The dude is strong. He's athletic. And he's gonna be a hard fight. It's gonna be hard to beat. Scoring an upset against Lopez. Kambosos coming in and scoring that upset, taking that upset. Lopez hasn't come in injured. You know what I'm saying? He has an injury. He's been very vocal about the injury and stuff like that. But I see that's the only reason I see Kambosos winning this fight is that he's injured. You know what I'm saying? Not hurt. I'm talking about injured. Injured to the way you can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to see during the weigh-in if he was flexing or doing some motion. And I know he limited his motion, so maybe I wonder if he's, I'm pretty sure he can fight through it. You know what I'm saying? But it's either Lopez super injured, or Kambosos taps into that chi, and he developed during this fight camp. He developed new skills and power that we haven't seen yet. Because for the last two fights, I'm not seeing it, dude. So my prediction, honestly, I see Lopez taking him out with an 8, and that's being generous. You know what I'm saying? But what's next? I know you're not supposed to look past this fight, but what's next for Teo? Teo might go ahead and vacate the division, and he's looking to to a potential Josh Taylor fight. He's been very vocal about that. But the only thing about it, there's a lot of smoke left at the 135 division. You know what I'm saying? You still got Devin Haney, you still got Tank. I know Tank's went up, but he still has the strap. Shakur Stevenson's at 130, look dominated, look strong. He can come into 135. He's been vocal about that coming in. And then you got the Loma too. Ryan Garcia, I can't even mention Ryan Garcia anymore because until he boosts his activity, picks up his activity and stuff like that, and his mental health is there, I can't even comment on him anymore. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Josh Taylor fight, if that's ballsy. If Teo wants to go up, obviously I'm pretty sure it's a higher payday. But if he goes up and fights Josh Taylor, I think that'd be a good fight. But I think Taylor is taking that fight. Taking it not like, hey, I agree to it. I think he'll agree to it, but I'm taking it as far as winning the fight as well. Because Josh Taylor, he's legit. You know what I'm saying? He's a legit ass fighter. Not to take anything away from Teo, but I just think that's a big ass step for him. Especially he fought all the smoke at 135. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure, look back at Josh Taylor. Josh has his eye on Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Especially after this Porter fight. They even interviewed him and he was just like, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, after my mandatory defense, I wouldn't mind taking on a Crawford. And Crawford has been very vocal about taking on Josh Taylor before the Porter fight. You know what I'm saying? So There's a lot, I'm excited about boxing in general, period. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. From request, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Teo obviously dominates Kambosos? I'm not even gonna ask you if you think Kambosos gonna win, because that's not gonna happen. And I know anything can happen in boxing, but hey, I don't think that shit's gonna happen at all. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Have a good one. We'll talk.